Alright, so the text is ready. Okay, so how to make the transition and then the animation. So what you want to do is click on your first text and then increase the z-axis like this. You see? And then you can add it to whatever amount or the value you want, and then move it on the center. Okay, so it's done, right? And make sure that on your z-axis on your first this text you have added 504.60, right? Value minus 60. So the second text should be the second text amount should be lower than 50, what was it, 504. So for example, like, let me just hide this text. The first text was 504, right? So the second text I will just add it to okay, 250. And then alright, okay, so it's not done yet, because when you make the transition, you have to change the value again if the text doesn't sits right. Or I'll just show you guys. Okay, done. So what you want to do is, for the first transition, you can either use this one also, because on the first transition we'll be doing only the zoom. So you can use this one as well to make it more 3D like stuff. But when you zoom in a bit too much, then it gets like this, dark. And then let me just show you guys again. So see, it gets like this, dark. That's why usually on the first, on the starting of the transition, I don't use this z-axis to make the transition. I just use the simple zoom in. And also, if you're making on a soft song, then it's better to add your keyframe a bit forward like this, so that the transition looks smooth. Or else, if you're doing on a song like a rap song or something like that, you know then you can just add the keyframe on the beat mark as well. But for example, just showing you for the reference, what kind of the song depends. It depends on the song also. So for me, I'll just do it like this for some smooth transition. And usually I use the value of the zoom in not more than 350 on my edits, on all of my edits, except for those that one. What do you say? Flow edit, or then that MoGraph. For MoGraph, I feel like 350 value is too much. Okay, so the first transition is done, right? Okay, now for the main thing, the 3D, to make it like more like 3D stuff, you have to tap into z-axis, add a keyframe, and don't add the keyframe exactly on the bit mark. Move it a bit forward like this, and then you can then make the transition. Okay, so you see, this is what I was talking about earlier. You have to change the value according to your this one. So when I'm zooming in, that RU1 is not going in smoothly. So what I'm going to do is I will increase the value of the RU, so that the transition gets fast. By the way, English is not my first language, so don't mind if my English is bad. You see, like this, after you make the transition, you're seeing this 3D type, right? And then see, and also you can move this text a bit higher, and then you can increase the value as well, but don't increase the value too much, because if you increase the value too much, then the zoom in will be too the zoom section will be a bit too high. And so this is the first, this is a very simple step to make some, and I use the graph like this. You see, and you can also move this keyframe at the very last of your transition if you want a bit slower, a bit slow transition then. And then for the end transition, you can use either the z-axis or this one. Both are same. Okay, so this was the first transition. I will show you guys another. Okay, wait, and also don't forget to add the tiles, the shakes. Adding the shakes on this kind of transition is a bit complicated, so I will show you guys that one on my next tutorial, I guess. If this tutorial gets good view or likes, then I'll show you guys. Adding the shakes and then the warps or turbulence, displacement on this kind of transition is a bit, not that hard, but a bit complicated, and also you have to have a good device for that. You can do a bit zoom in as well. And okay, alright, so this first transition is done. Now I will show you how to make, this transition had only two words, right? I will show you guys with three words now. Okay. Okay, so for example, just say like okay, now I will add three words. Alright, so after adding your words, place them however you want. So for the first text, I will edit here. For the second text, I will edit here. For the third text, I will edit here. And also the clip, uh, you have to add a good clip for this kind of transition. Don't add, some clips will be just the face, right? Like this. Only the face. On that kind of clips, it's not very good to make this kind of transition, and it doesn't look good as well. Okay, so once you're done with your text, increase the value of each text. For example, like, okay, 500, 590, and then this one I will increase it 590 as well, around 500. Okay, and for this also I will do it Okay. Also, you can rotate the clip if you want. Alright, it's done. Now I'll add the nulls. We have 3 texts. There will be 4 movement, so I'll add 4. No, I'll add 5. Alright. So as I've said before, for the first transition, you can use this normal zoom in. Okay. Paste the graph. Move the keyframe a bit backwards. Now for the second text, use the z-axis to get this one, and then the rotation, because we have rotated the text a bit. Now all you have to do is just zoom. My phone is a bit lagging because of the text. I've added too much effects, I guess. Move your text to a bit like this to give it a movement, you know. And then you can rotate the clip. Okay. And then make sure the graph which you are using on one transition, you have to use it on all the rotation and then the zoom, because you see I've used this graph, right? So on the zoom z-axis one, I cannot use another graph, or else it will, you know, mess up the transition. Paste the same graph here. Now we have to do the same on the last transition. You don't have to zoom in, because you have already zoomed in on the second one. So on the last transition, all you have to do is just drag the text. Move this one. Now rotate. Rotate, drag down. Move the keyframe. Now add the graph. And now for the end transition, you want to do is zoom out, right? Or you can do the zoom in as well, it's up to you. Okay. Now you can add your graph here. Let me show you guys the result of this. By the way, don't ask me for those 𝗦𝘂𝗶𝗶 and then Gojo style text, okay? Those texts are so overrated, man. Like everyone is using that kind of text. I'm bored of seeing those kind of text. Try to make something new, like make your own text, which looks good. That's how you make it. You can, once you understand the basic of this 3D stuff, you can do it on your own. You can make any kind of, instead of the text, you can use pictures as well or clips as well. For reference, I'm just using text. And for the shakes, if you want to add, then maybe I'll do the text shakes on a different video, because this video might be too long. If you want to add the shakes, then I'll just tell you guys, okay, in a short form. Add your shakes here, all your, that one, this move and transform. If you want to add swing and then oscillate or any shakes you want, you have to add it on. You have to add it on that one, this first null layer. Okay, and then for your warps, you have to add a adjustment layer or shape, and then add a copy background. You see, copy background. But before you add this one, make sure, you see, see, once you add the shape, you can see the text, right, and the picture. You have to zoom this, use this z-axis to zoom this one, the shape. And then you have to make sure that it covers all the text. Okay, so now nothing is showing, right? Now you can add the copy background and then add your warps here, warps and whatever, turbulence or whatever you want, wave warps. But one thing I would suggest you guys is don't add like hard shakes on this kind of transitions, because if you add hard shakes, then everything will be messed up. So that's it for this video, and if you want to know how to add the shakes, then just comment down below and I will try to make a tutorial for the shakes also. And also, if you want to add particles, then I can show you on another video as well. Just comment down if you want to know how to add the particles, how to add particles and how to make the particles 3D. Alright, so this will be it for this tutorial. Make sure you at least give a like on this video if this was helpful. Alright, bye bye.